expression is where we all allow it to move out and through our body and do something with it. Out and through in the same, so creative energy, sexual energy may come out through expression. So having actual sex is one way to do that. Masturbation, expressing it. Here's my idea. I'm going to use it. I'm going to do A, B, and C with it. So letting it out, utilizing it. What are some ways that you've ever expressed sexual energy? So it could be through, like, honestly, through self-pleasure or pleasure with others is, I think, one of the key ways of expressing it. What we'll talk about a little bit is with transmuting, is where you would take that energy and do something a little different with it. So you might be like, oh, I've got lots of sexual energy. So somebody who's celibate would transmute it. And they would, and I might have said express it before, but what I really intend to say is that if you are celibate, you would transmute your sexual energy, and you would transmute it into, say, for example, it's like, wow, I've got so much sexual energy. I'm going to transmute that into my business, and I'm going to do, I'm going to create art with it, or I'm going to dig a garden with it, or write a book, or whatever. You're going to take that energy and you're going to flow it into something else. So it's like, if you're really angry, you can also transmute that energy into something else. You can actually take it and go, what would I like to do with this energy? There's so much of it. You might express it through punching, but you might transmute it into a bonfire. Like there's different ways you might transmute things or express them. So expressing to me would be taking that energy and doing with it to show what it is that you are sensing or feeling. So if you're sensing or feeling horniness, then expressing sexual energy would be through either self-pleasuring, masturbation, or self-arousal, because self-pleasuring and self-arousal are not always the same. Like we know that arousal, pleasure, and desire are not the same. Could just simply be for shifting something. If you're feeling frustrated, if you have a lot of sexual energy and you're like feeling pent up, then you need to move it. Masturbate. See if your partner will play with you. I'm all for really conscious sex, so I'm not really all for like going out on different apps and just randomly going and having sex with anybody anytime. I think there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. Because this energy is so incredibly potent. Creative energy is incredibly potent. Sexual energy is that creative energy, is that orgasmic energy is incredibly potent. And when you're collaborating on something, like sex is a collaboration, you might think it'd be a really good idea to, collaborate with somebody who's got the same targets that I have, or is looking to create the similar thing in the world that I'm looking to create.